This guy is the quarterback of the future in that division. They can talk about Baker Mayfield all you want. This will be Joe Burrow's division. And like I said, draft night, they will win one in the next 10 years, and it wouldn't surprise me to see him win 2 Super Bowls.
What, Pete? Oh. Hey, you said 2 Super Bowls. 2 in 10.
It's finally
we found
on
the
tape.
It was black and white, but we found it. Pete, what?
You're not listening. You're not listening. I said they will win 1 and maybe 2. I didn't say they would win 2. I said they would win 1. You got to clean out your ears, Chris.
All right. Well, all I can say is we've come a long way in our internet streaming here on HQ. That we're now in Technicolor and not black and white as we were a couple of years ago.
You're in the land of Oz.
Look, Pete. Joking aside, you were obviously really bullish on Joe Burrow and the Bengals. And look, they won the division yesterday. They're in the running for maybe multiple home games in the postseason. Did you really think it was going to happen this quickly, though? I can't even imagine that you even saw this coming.
Well, I thought it would happen this year if he had played last year. That was the problem. Remember, he was on the fast track last year, and then he tore up his knee. And people forget that. And he came back, started off a little slow, but he's picked up steam in a big way. I want to give big props to how he handles himself inside the pocket. We've watched a lot of quarterbacks through the years, and a lot of the great ones aren't necessarily the greatest athlete. Now, he's a better athlete than some of these guys I'm going to mention, but Dan Marino, great passer, but knew how to navigate the pocket and wasn't fast, wasn't athletic. Tom Brady, little athletic ability, knows how to navigate the pocket. Same with Peyton Manning. These guys have the feel in the pocket, and Joe Burrow has that. He knows how to move away from pressure and keeps his eyes down the field and makes plays. We saw it a bunch on Sunday. He is one of those guys that just has the feel to him. And I remember one conversation I had with him before the draft at the Combine. And I told him something that Tua said about, I asked him if he would have won, if they had come back around and he was healthy and he could play, would they have beaten the LSU team that year? And Tua said, well, I can't really say that because I don't know if that would have happened. And I told Joe Burrow that story, and Joe Burrow said, he didn't beat us the first time. Remember that. And so I love the little chip and the attitude and fire in the belly. And we saw it from the minute he took that field for the Bengals, and it's carried over even through the knee injury. I love what he does at the quarterback position. He's got great receivers. The offensive line's not that good, but boy, they are fun to watch throw it around.
They'll finish the season in Cleveland against the Browns, who will have nothing to play for, and then at least one home game in the playoffs. Still some scenarios out there where maybe they could end up as high as getting the number 1 seed, number 2 seed, and we'll see and go from there. Wild card race is totally wide open. That's kind of why things are up in the air in the AFC. Everybody's just so bunched in together. There are still 5 teams alive for the 2 wild card spots. Steelers have to win tonight. And I say 2 wild card spots, I mean the last 2 wild card spots, 6 and 7, because of course there's 3 now. Steelers have to win tonight to keep their slim hopes alive. But Pete, a really fun win and in scenario that we're looking at Sunday night between the Chargers and Raiders.
Yeah, you got to give the Raiders credit. I mean, they went to Indy and they found a way to beat a good Colts team. And remember, the Colts team was riding high. They had defeated the Patriots at home, and then they went on the road and beat the Cardinals. And everybody's sitting there saying, watch out. The Colts are the team nobody's going to want to play in the postseason. And the Raiders went in there and won the game and did a really good job on defense. And that hadn't been their calling card all year long. So it'll be interesting. Here you have Gus Bradley against his former team. He knows what they do, and as a defensive coordinator. And I think on the other side, the Chargers showed some bounce back ability. Look, they should never be in this position. They shouldn't have lost to the Texans, but they did. Justin Herbert against that Raiders defense will be fun to watch. I love those kind of games. Sunday night, it'll be outstanding. Win and you're in. Hey, playoff game number 1. It starts Sunday.
Yeah, and all the Colts have to do is beat the Jaguars. We'll talk a little bit more about that in the Pittsburgh scenario in just a second as we get into the Monday night game. But let's go over to the NFC. The Packers had it all fall into their lap yesterday. They clinched the 1 seed with 1 game to go. And Aaron Rodgers probably locked up his 2nd straight MVP award. When are we, and I don't mean you, but when are we in the media and fans alike going to stop doubting this guy? Because that's 2 straight seasons we've doubted him, and he's taken home the MVP award.
Yeah, stop doubting him and stop doubting that team and stop doubting the coach. Remember all that talk a couple years ago? Can Aaron Rodgers, he doesn't like Matt LaFleur, they don't like each other. And I remember going there and asking around and talking to Matt LaFleur and others about that, and they said it was the furthest thing from the truth. It was not reality. They respect each other greatly. And I think Rodgers is going to win the MVP, but I think Matt LaFleur is going to win Coach of the Year. When you think about that offense and what they are, the quarterback's the MVP, but look at that offensive line. They were playing without 4 projected starters last night. 4. They're all gone. And yet they can still protect and still run the football. They've had injuries at wide receiver the entire year. He lost his tight end, Tanyan, early in the season. This offense just keeps on going because of Aaron Rodgers, but it's also a tribute and a testament to what Matt LaFleur has done as a coach and an offensive wizard. I think he's the Coach of the Year in the NFL.
Rodgers, 0 picks against NFC North competition over the last 2 seasons, 2 MVP seasons, or so it would seem here heading into the final week of the season. Pete, your Jaguars lost by about 100 yesterday. Things have only gotten worse on the field since Urban Meyer's dismissal. What do you think about the Jags, at least for now, retaining general manager Trent Baalke?
It's a bad move, and I don't think it's necessarily going to be a move that is definite. I do think they need him around to help conduct the interviews because nobody in that building that's under Shad Khan right now can sit there and talk football with the football coaches when they come in for their interviews. So they need somebody. He would be that guy. But there's a lot of pushback around the league about him. You hear coaches say they won't work there for him. He's a hard guy to work for. He had problems in San Francisco with Jim Harbaugh. He had problems with the other coaches there. And so I think this is one of those situations where he will be part of the process, but I don't think he stays there. I mean, there is an outcry in Jacksonville like they've never had before. First, they pushed to get Urban Meyer out. They wanted him out. They got him out. But that fan base, they've created a clown emoji with Shad Khan's mustache on it. It's gone viral. You can find it anywhere. And they want Trent Baalke out in the worst way. And you know what? He should start anew. Bring a coach in there who's going to clean the whole thing up and get his own general manager in there. They need to start anew.
Well, they got 1 game to go, and it's an important game, at least for the opposing team and some other teams in that AFC wildcard race. Biggest Jags fans in the country probably going to be in the Pittsburgh area if the Steelers can win tonight, because Pittsburgh needs to win tonight and next week, and have the Jags beat the Colts. Not likely. Let's start with tonight's game. Steelers slight favorites. They're giving 2.5 at home against the Browns, who have nothing to play for.
Yeah, the Browns are playing out the string, and the Steelers are still alive. And plus, with the Ben Roethlisberger situation being what it is, his last home game, I think this is a great situation for the Steelers. I like them as the dog in this game, but I still like them as the favorite. I think they're going to play well. They're going to play tough. They're going to play physical. And you mentioned it. The Browns have nothing to play for. It doesn't mean they won't play hard, because once you get hit in the mouth, you go play football. But I think the Steelers are the team in this game. I think they win this game by a touchdown.
Yeah, interesting to see that line movement from +3 all the way to a 2.5-point favorite. I think the biggest reason for that is the fact that the Browns don't have anything to play for anymore, and the Steelers do, and it's probably Big Ben's last game at home in Pittsburgh. Pete, what's your favorite player prop for tonight's game?
Yeah, I'm going to go Nick Chubb over rushing yards, and in large part because I think the Steelers' defense is terrible against the rush. They've been having problems all year long. When you look at them, at times it's been embarrassing if you're a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. They've been, they're a franchise that's been known to play the run well and to run the football, and they have problems at times over the course of the last 2 years doing both. So I think Nick Chubb will get over his rushing yards. I think it'll come easily for him, as a matter of fact.
88.5 is the total. He did go for 126 last week, but going back to Halloween when these two teams met, Chubb only went for 61 yards in a loss to Pittsburgh, a 15-10 loss. All right, anytime scorer. Who do you like to get in the end zone tonight?
I'm going to go with Pat Freiermuth, the tight end, plus 240. I think you get great value there. And the Browns have given up 8 touchdowns to tight ends this year. 8. That's the 4th worst number in the league. They've given up a lot of targets and a lot of catches to tight ends. So I think Pat Freiermuth at plus 240, great value. I would take a flyer on him.
All right, Pete Prisco with us here on CBS Sports HQ. 1 game to go in the week and then 1 week to go in the NFL's regular season. Let's recap Pete's picks for Monday Night Football. The Steelers minus 2.5. Said he liked them when they were dogs. Still likes them, even though you're given 2.5 points now. He does think Nick Chubb is going to go well over 88.5 rushing yards in the game because the Steelers are not playing well against the run. And there's your anytime score as well. You can get a plus 240 value on the Steelers tight end. HQ powered by Sportsline is every night, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. They get you your best picks and props and DFS advice for all the nighttime games. It's Monday through Friday, 6 Eastern on HQ.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.